Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Software Testing. My name is Daniel Knott and I'm happy that you're here today. In today's video I'd like to talk about the following question, and it might be a hot topic question for some of you out there. So the question is, do you really need to be a certified tester? Well, this can end up in a really bad fight actually, depending on whom you are talking to on that topic. You'll be either the guy in the blue shirt or the guy in the red shirt. So this is usually a hot topic, and I've seen many fights on Twitter, for example, and other social media, because software testing certificates is really a hot topic. And I'm already curious and on the comments that you put down on the video to see what standpoint you have when it comes to software testing certificates. But let's get started with the topic, and I would like to give you a first and rough overview of the software testing certificates out there. So, as I said, software testing certificates is a hot topic and can be a difficult topic. And the following certificates that I'm going to show you is just like an excerpt of the lots and lots of many software testing certificates out there. So what's the first one I'm just to talk about or to show you? So there's a software testing certificate from the Certified Associate in Software Testing, CAST. They offer software certificates. Then there are software certificates out there. You can be like a certified software quality analyst. It's possible to get this certification. Then there's this ISTQB certified tester certification. You can be a foundation tester, you can be an advanced tester, and even an expert tester. Sounds amazing, right? You can be like a certified quality engineer, also fancy. And last but not least, you can be a black box software testing expert or certified tester. So as you can see, there's like lots of different software certificates out there, and also certificate provider. And the big problem that is on the software testing certificate market is that almost every of those certificates, they have a different syllabus. They have different content. It's not always the same. They use different wordings. So it makes it really hard, especially for people who want to start in software testing, or people who have to judge, for example, recruiters or HR employees when they judge people on their CV. So if there's written down, oh, I'm a certified black box software tester, it sounds like, what is it? This sounds like a game or what? So they really cannot judge the content on the different certifications. And as I said, it's especially important to know the content up front, and it's sometimes confusing, especially for newbies in the industry. And I said in my previous video how to get into software testing, which I also linked down in the description, where I already gave some information how to get kickstarted with software testing if you want to come in that industry and want to get a job in that field. Software testing certificates may be one little piece of the puzzle to get into this field of interest. So, and depending on, as I said, depending on whom you're talking to, the people say either it's the biggest shit on earth, software testing certificates, and there's the other side, the other party saying it's really great. You have to be a certified tester because X, Y, Z. And in this video, exactly, I want to show both sides of the fighting scene. The part that says, oh no, it's not so good, and the other side saying, yes, it's really good. And at the end of this video, I would like to highlight my standpoint, how I see software testing certificates. So let's get started. Let's get started with the not so nice points on software certificates. So, as I said, different content, hard to judge the content. This is a really bad situation for newbies who want to get an overview, or they want to get certified because they think this might be one piece of puzzle to get the first job. Should they be ISTQB certified? Should they do the BBST, the CAST one also, or whatsoever? And also big problem sometimes because they don't know exactly to which vendor they should go to and what's the best thing out there to start with. And on the other side, there's like the hiring parties. They don't know, if they're not into the software testing industry, What is a good certification? Is it valid or is it not so valid for the position, and so forth and so forth. So I think that's one of the biggest pain points when it comes to testing certificates. What else do we have? Certificates are expensive. I mean, education costs money, that's not a big deal, but some of the people on that side are on the party saying that the testing education business is just a money printing business, because if, for example, if you take a 1 week class on the software testing certificates, you get like a big portion of paper, you have to go through all the 800 pages in 1 week, you have to just learn, and then in the end you have to fill out a multiple choice exam to pass or to fail. And this is really not sustainable, many people say, because you just learn for the exam to pass it, and in the end, yes, you have a piece of paper that you could put somewhere, and you can put it down on your LinkedIn profile saying, hey, I'm a certified tester, and on your CV. But have you really learned something in software testing in this week? I don't think so. So, as I said, it's some days of training to pass the exam, and that's it. And this doesn't make you a better tester in the end, right? So that's the problem. And most of these certificates also, they don't have practical parts. There are some certificates out there that have like a really strong focus on practical parts. So for example, the BBST is also like a long-term studying phase. It's nothing for a week. Also the material is open source. You can go and find the material, and then if you sign up for the, let's say for the working group, you have like a working group, peer group, where you work on different topics. You work through the material. You have some virtual classes where you can exchange on the different topics that you have learned. You have some exercises, and this is much more practical. This is a good example here. But the majority of their testing certificate is not so practical. It's just theoretical information that you could put into your brain in a week. And then many people say that, yeah, it's just a waste of time, because a certification doesn't make you a better tester, right? And it's somehow true, because I've also seen many people being certified on various levels, on various different vendors, but they weren't the best software testers out there. And I have seen people with no software testing certificate, and they were great testers. So that's also something that I can see on the bad side on software testing certificates. They necessarily don't make you a better tester. Also something that the party with the little brown friend says on this side here. So now let's go to the happy side. What are the people saying when the positive side on software testing certificates? So first of all, no matter what kind of certificate vendor you decide on, or which certification, all of them, they deliver solid testing knowledge. This is somehow true, right? So they deliver some foundation knowledge on the different topics, being it testing techniques, how to do testing, what kind of methods you can use, and so forth and so forth, how to do automation, on which level, and so forth and so forth. They provide the solid information. It's also a sign that a person has learned something about a topic. This is again something for the hiring party, because the certification shows the hiring party or the recruiters that this person went through a process of learning. So he or she make themselves familiar with the content of software testing's syllabuses and content, so they have learned something. So they know at least maybe the basics, the terminology or the methods. So this is something good. It might get you the next job, right? To be honest, I mean, if you are a hiring manager and you have like a candidate with more or less the same skill set, and that one candidate has a testing certificate and the other not, think about it, whom you would like to hire more if he or she has exactly the same skill set but not the testing certificate. On the other side, for example, if you are a freelancer and you would like to get your next project or your next product testing assignment, and some companies, they ask for certifications because they want to have like a certification requirement checkbox somewhere, and this might get you the next job. And also in some industries, it's necessary to be certified in order to be compliant with rules, governance, or laws. So this is also something that you should keep in mind when talking and thinking about software testing certificates. Yes, speaking the same language is also a valid point that this party always brings up. So for example, if you have all the people certified on one of the certifications that I've shown to you in the beginning, they more or less speak the same language. They know when they talk about different testing terminology, they know what's behind it. And this can be helpful because it offers a better communication towards testing, and it helps to also communicate testing to the outside world with the same voice. So this is helpful as well. It might be helpful for your personal growth and guidance. So again, if you're like a newbie in the software testing industry and you would like to learn something more about software testing, this is helpful because then you get guided content on how to become a software test engineer, how to become a software test automation engineer, for example, and it helps you to personally grow, to grow your skill set, and also give you some guidance, because maybe if you have done, for example, some foundation classes in test automation, and you say, no, it's okay, it's basic knowledge that I have now, but test automation, I don't want to go further on that topic. So it gives you guidance as well. This is something that the people on the positive side say as well about software testing certificates. So these were only some standpoints, and I think depending to whom you're talking to, the list might be longer or even shorter, more aggressive or less aggressive. So I'm really, really curious what you think about software testing certificates. Please leave me a comment below, and I would like to have like a healthy discussion on that topic. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And now here's my standpoint. So my standpoint in terms of software testing certificates. I think software testing certificates are helpful for new software testers, as I already said a couple of times, and especially for companies. If you have a company or you're like a hiring manager, you're not so familiar with the content or with what software testing is all about, it gives you some guidance where you can ask questions in which direction and what you also can expect from a specific candidate. So I think it's helpful to guide people in to get a job, or to guide into some interview questions as well. I think that advanced or expert level certificates are not needed. I'm myself advanced certified test manager, but I gained no benefit from that certification. So yeah, I'm working in the industry now for 13 more years, something like that. Yeah, I think 13 years, and yeah, I haven't benefited from that. And there's even an expert level I could do, but I don't need it. I would like to work more on projects, to learn hands-on on the projects. And I think this is, for me at the moment, much more valuable. There might be the time that somebody requires the certification, but then I would ask the question like, why do I need the certification? I can also show you that this and this project I have worked on. Is this not enough? I said it also a couple of times, certifications might get you the next job. Might be true, as I said. If you have exactly the same candidate, more or less the same, and he or she has a certificate, the other not, it's really highly unlikely that you will not get a job if you're not certified. Yeah, my standpoint is also here on that side, you should get an overview on the certifications and then decide which certificate you should take. Right, as I have shown you in the beginning of this video, there's like lots of different certification vendors out there, and also different certifications. Take some time and read the content. What is this all about? Talk to your software testing colleagues in the company or with the community, what they recommend to you, and then guide you through the content. And don't let somebody tell you, hey, you have to get the XYZ certification because that's the best. And then you talk to somebody else and this person says, that's not so nice, go and do this. So make up your own choice and decision, read the content, and then see where it leads to. Ask experienced tester for an advice. This is what I already said. Go and ask the community, sign up on the Slack channel that I mentioned in my earlier video regarding the Ministry of Testing. They have like a really nice Slack channel where you can sign up to, and there you can ask questions about certifications. So that's really great. I might put the video, the URL in the video description as well. Yes, and that's it. thanks for coming by and thanks for joining the video today. Let me know what you think about software testing certificates. I'm really curious to read all your comments. If you haven't done yet, please subscribe to the channel to support me, and I'm happy to see you again. Bye bye.